On the last episode of our bucket list road trip, we left our home state of Iowa on a 3,000-mile journey that would eventually bring us to the Bonneville Salt Flats. And although we did make a few pit stops along the way, we arrived exhausted at Salt Lake City, ready to get some sleep and finally reach our destination first thing in the morning.
It is another beautiful day in Salt Lake City, Utah, and we are only 102 miles away from the Bonneville Salt Flats.
Yeah, we're about to take off here in a little bit. It's about an hour and a half, hour 20 until we get to the Salt Flats. We're gonna go there and play around for a little bit.
So let's quit the chatter and let's hit the road.
After being on the road for this long, the anticipation is beginning to reach its maximum. We quickly leave the city and the mountains far behind and trade it for our first look at the beautiful salt-filled lake bed. Just along the highway, we are already seeing a bunch of tire tracks, and it would appear that some folks got really excited and would dive right off the side of the road. But for us, we decided to head further down and to reach the best possible area.
Yeah, what's up?
I didn't know if you noticed, but if you turn to your right, you can see the rare phenomenon known as desert snow. That is a lot of snow to the right of us.
It's 80 degrees. I doubt it's snow.
Just before we get to the next city is this nice pull-off area, and it seems to be the preferred spot for people wanting to explore the salt flats. All around the entrance to the area are signs telling you to enter at your own risk. We take note of this, then set off to explore for ourselves. There is something completely freeing about driving on the lake bed. A car spends the majority of its life on a paved road with painted lines telling you where to go. And even when you're driving off-road, you still have a trail to follow. But out here, where there's no markers, no speed limit, and nothing telling you where to drive, well, the feeling is hard to explain, but you can chalk it up to being exceedingly fun.
Alright guys, we finally made it here. You can see where we're at. Everything's white.
This is the Bonneville Salt Flats, and it took us approximately 1,500 miles to get here from where we live.
Luckily for us, it's not raining. You can see the sun is bright, it's out, and with this white ground, it makes everything super bright.
It is crazy how reflective the salt on the lake bed is and how it reflects everything out here.
As you guys can see, there are other cars in the background. You can drive on here. It just says enter at your own risk. As you can see, we have a lot of salt all over our cars already.
We have been on the salt flat for about 5 minutes so far, and our tires are already caked in a lot of salt. So we're gonna do a lot of playing around out here, make it worth it. This was our bucket list item. We've always wanted to come here, and the best part is we brought our own vehicles. So we know the capabilities of these vehicles better than anyone else because we drove them. And it's just means a little bit more to have our own cars out here.
But we at least made it to where we wanted to originally. This is our first plan, our first legit stop, and well, we're here.
So we're gonna go ahead and play around for a little bit, enjoy the lake bed while we're here, and then after we get out of here, we're definitely gonna need to hit up a car wash. It's bad enough having a vehicle in Iowa, in the salt belt. They rust out like crazy, and if you guys have been following my videos, you can already see that my car is already rusty.
Unfortunately for Jake, that is very true. My car, it's newer, it doesn't really have that much rust on it, but I'm definitely gonna have to wash up as well. Man, check out all that salt, guys. Look at that. That is crazy.
Yeah, dude, that's a lot of salt.
It really, really is, dude. Hey, where'd you park your car?
I think it already rusted away.
I'll lick the salt if you lick it first.
Oh my.
Well, what's it taste like?
Tastes like salt.
I hope so.
Now we couldn't simply leave without taking full advantage of this open area and also doing something with these two vehicles that we have yet to do before, and that is to have an extremely slow drag race.
Everything good? All right, man, on honk number 3, okay? That wave point, George. No wave. Boo!
Even though it feels like we just arrived, we choose to head back to the rest area. We have to head up into the mountains today and to our first overlanding spot, but that will be addressed later. In the meantime, as we were about to depart, we had another group of tourists come and ask us about driving on the salt, and we were happy to tell them about the conditions down in the lake bed. It's kind of bittersweet having to leave the openness of the Bonneville salt flats behind, but as we head away, we get to see some of the flooded areas of the lake bed. These perfect mirror-like reflections attract people from all over the country and are responsible for some of the coolest photos ever taken. Even though the conditions aren't perfect, it's still cool enough for us to get a glimpse at this reflection. One of the biggest negatives about driving on the lake bed was finding out that salt likes to stick to everything. Making a complete mess of your interior, you have to be very thorough when cleaning out your vehicle because the salt can get packed into every little crevice and it will work its way deep into those notorious hiding spots, resulting in that rust out. This is going to be where the adventure ends for the Bonneville Salt Flats, but not where our road trip is going to end. For after this, we have a lot of overlanding planned for the state of Utah, and trying to explore the state's many different terrains, but also some of the little mishaps that happen along the way with tough trail conditions. But as far as this adventure is concerned, we have another 1,500 miles to get us back to our home state, and after camping for 3 nights in different environments, I think we are ready to come home.
Hey, we're filming.
Oops.
Hey guys, we made it. We are back. We went through the rocky terrain of Utah, up north, down south, and we made it all the way through the mountains of Colorado.
So officially on the clock, we have driven 3,517 miles. That is to get us back to the driveway. So full road trip though, 3,000 miles. Like
totally exhausting.
Yeah, I honestly feel personally for me, driving there was tougher than driving back. Just because I already had that anticipation of what can happen, what's going to happen, how it's going to be. And then once it was all done and over with, I could decompress on the way home.
Yeah. Alright, so what do you think about like next road trip though? Instead of doing 3,000 miles, what if we just drive there and then have our vehicles like transported home? Pay someone to drive our vehicles home. We went to the car wash, we went up to the mountains, we went down to the desert, and then all through Colorado. And as soon as we pulled into the driveway, we still had salt falling out of our cars. It's ridiculous, and I'm probably gonna put a dramatic replay of what actually happened. What to take away from this is you're driving on the salt flats, you're never gonna get all that salt out. It's gonna be with you for life.
Yeah, we definitely had quite a bit. It was interesting to see how, driving on it, how it actually looked. Being from Iowa, we get snow, so it looked a lot like snow on your tires and in your wheel well. So it was interesting to see. But obviously with salt, it stuck a little harder.
And now for our gas challenge. We're gonna count up the results.
Alright guys, so I have it on my phone here. I calculated everything I spent on gas only. And from when the first fill up to the last fill up, I spent a total of $431.60.
And then, even though I tried to mix premium and 87, I spent $551. So what does the loser have to do? What do I mean, so now what?
Because we drove so many miles, I need an oil change. So loser has to do oil change on the other car. Man, what are you doing down there? Come on.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Alright guys, so we have more videos coming out. We did take a trip over to the Uinta Mountains. That's right after the Salt Flats. So look forward to that video. We're going to make it its own little thing, and we're going to have another one for another part of Colorado, another part of Utah, and a part of Colorado.
So if that's not enough reason for you guys to stick around, then stick around because you love us. I don't got anything else. Alright, I guess with that, we'll catch you guys later, huh?
Yeah, we're good.
Bye.
I can't now, I can't. Hold on. Adventure YouTube sucks.
Okay, now do a dance. There you go. So this one semi up here is responsible for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, I think 20 something cars. Like a million freaking cars. Because this one semi can't pass another semi. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the rules of the road.
Hey Jake,
What's up?
what do you get when dinosaurs crash?
I don't know.
A Tyrannosaurus Rex.
I'm going home. It's a long way home, but I can't be here anymore.
To our first destination. I am losing my voice. I've been jamming out for the last 3 hours, 4 hours, whatever time it is.
And he pulled a stool out from beside the desk. Please, sit down. Lynn did as requested.
Check out all that salt. Look at that. You could literally feed a family of 4 with all this.
Hey George, I got a good one for you.
What you got?
Did you know that Teslas don't really have a new car smell?
Teslas don't really have a new car smell, is that what you said?
Yeah, they have more of an Elon Musk